A lion dance troupe is flying Singapore's flag high. Well, the Singapore Yi Wei Athletic Association clinched the pole position at the 14th Genting World Lion Dance Championships, and they actually ended Malaysia's 28-year winning streak, adding to a whole string of wins that the team has achieved in recent years. Cloud gongs and traditional drums kicked off the Foksan Lions' winning routine as it entered the Dragon's Palace in search of treasures. Well, the team triumphed over 35 others from around the world with their gravity-defying stunts on the high poles. Their creative maneuvers wowed the judges to earn them 9.73 points at the finals.
Well, let's start with you, Kiefer. We're joined by two members of the Singapore Yi Wei Athletic Association, Assistant Team Leader Kiefer Tan and Gerald Tok. He's the tail of that line you just saw in the winning Team B. I'll start with you, Kiefer. 28 years. 13 years, but 28 wins.
13 times.
Right? Yeah, okay, 28 years, yeah.
Yes.
In other words, when you approach this competition, you are thinking, we're not likely to win, or we are likely to win. Did you see in the lead up to it that you had a winning chance finally after 28 years?
To be honest, we are really well prepared because we train throughout the years. We do not have any breaks. So we train like 3 to 7 times a week. So even non-competition seasons, we are still training as well. So,
that is very, very impressive. And like Gerald here, I mean, you are the tail, so which means that you need very strong quads and muscles to be able to lift, your teammate. Help us understand, because correct me if I'm wrong as well, that there is this idea that, when it comes to lion dance, it's not attracting as many young people. And you are a young fellow, Gerald. So tell me, what is it about this particular sport that keeps you like turning up for the training, not to mention that you could break bones while you are jumping from pole to pole?
Actually, I've been lion dancing since young because my dad is the founder of Yi Wei. So when I was young, I was very eager to follow him around. Yeah, so until now, he has been part of my life already. So in terms of whether youngsters would want to join lion dance or not, I think it's getting lesser because there are social media, like they can play games instead of going through all these tiring trainings. So I think we are also looking for more members to join our Chinese culture, tradition. Yeah. And
Kiefer, for Gerald here, I mean, his dad was a big inspiration and happens to own the association, or the founder of it, so that helps. But in terms of trying to attract young people, to be part of this whole lion dance art form, I mean, what are some of the effective measures, or or some of the efforts that you have done to try and get more people, to join?
We have done a lot of recruitment campaigns, but you can see the response, like the youngsters. We do see a decline in numbers of people joining. It's a sport that we can't force people to like. If you like, then you like. What we can do is we provide one of the best and optimal training grounds for people who really love lion dance.
So Gerald, this kind of win, is it something that would make people more likely to want to put in the kind of work, make the kind of sacrifice, and take the pain to do something like this? What do you think?
I think after this win, I'm not sure, but hopefully there will be more youngsters wanting to join us for...
I mean, does it make you... So, for example, have you ever thought, for all your interest when you were young, when you were a boy following your father, as you grow older, you've got other things you want to do, right? You must have had moments when you think, I don't want to do this anymore. And does this win make you think, oh, you know what, 28 years, that's pretty good going. It's an encouragement to keep at it.
Definitely, there are times where I feel like giving up because I also like to play basketball with my younger brother. So sometimes we even thought of skipping lion dance training to play basketball. But after so long, as I mentioned, it has been already part of our life. So we are used to this kind of lifestyle already.
And Gerald, I'm wondering as well, with whole social media out there, I mean, are you active on Instagram, TikTok, and And, you know, because that's a kind of a platform where you get to attract the young people at your age. Are you active on that, like putting yourself out there?
Okay, I do have social media, but I rarely post them because of maybe work purpose. Yeah, because not everyone that follows me are interested in lion dance. So I don't want to spread all this.
Maybe it's also a case of if you're really interested in doing something, you do it and not take pictures of yourself doing it.
Rarely do it. But sometimes when we have to, like recruitment and all, we try to spread awareness. Yeah.
Okay, next question for you. You're assistant team leader, and we may not like to look at this, but the fact is, everything needs money, and the more money anything has, whether it's a sport or a school, the easier it is to keep things fun and happening, to get the facilities you need, to keep things. I suppose you want good facilities, you want good training, you need the money for that. What in line dancing do you need to do now to make sure those people who might want to invest in you want to continue to put money into this sport?
Okay, we do actively find, we are always looking for sponsors, and those performances, those money actually do help us. To be honest, our expenses are really very high because we are not subsidized by any government bodies. So like if let's say we were to represent to any countries, like if we need to take a flight, all the air tickets will be out on our own cost. Yeah, so and in terms of training ground, if you look at the video, the competition video, the jong set is actually very big. So we actually need a very big space and probably indoor, high ceiling. And in Singapore, we are not able to afford to rent such a big place. So we do have like kind sponsors that lending us their car parks. So their car park area, they let us train over there.
So just very quickly, so you're not subsidized. Do you qualify as a sport or as a cultural event in Singapore if you want to get money?
In Singapore, I am not sure what are we because I feel that we are really still considered not very recognized, I guess.
But I'm sure with this win, it's really going to shake things up. I mean, it is a big deal. And, you know, what a wonderful way to also achieve this. It's a great gift to Singapore just before their birthday, turning 58. And, you know, you guys won this competition. But I was also wondering, in terms of trying to modernize this traditional sport or art form, do you think, you know, like, I don't know, maybe introducing K-pop music or actually, you know, rap or hip-hop? I mean, are there ways that have been tried to, you know, to bring in the people?
There are a lot of people are trying to keep up with the trend and trying to modernize, but there are a lot of negative comments as well. I think 2 years ago, the Chingay did try to get the ballerinas to do line dancing. Then there are a lot of line dancers, they were posting online and like had a lot of negative feedback saying that line dancers shouldn't be wearing skirt. Yeah, so I mean that's the impression of theirs. And in terms of K-pop, actually, I think some of them did try, but then those people who are more traditional, they are against it. So we are quite restricted in terms of what we can do. So what we usually do is like probably in between performances. So we like if you look at a traditional performance, once they're done with it and they just leave. So what we do is like probably we add like plush toys and photo taking sessions, so to make it like more interactive.
Well, all in, we are both, I mean, all of us are very proud of you and what you have accomplished and what you have done. And your father must be very proud of you as well, Gerald. Thank you so very much for joining us this evening in our CNA studio. And Wei Su and I were just talking to Kiefer Tan and Gerald Tok from the Singapore Yi Wei Athletic Association.